Hi, my name's Heather O'Neill, and this is my AEP 855 Module 4 KESA presentation. So I went and talked to my principal on the elementary side, as my junior high and high school principal were not around. And so, we focus on different things at different levels just because of what is needed. But on the elementary side, we've really taken to working on the relationships and the relevance. Initially, the elementary staff was working on responsiveness, and our person, Vicki Bouchard, she shared that, what we were doing sounded like it was more relationships, so we transitioned to working on those two goals. So, we do a lot of relationship type things in PTO, and while she said that was great, that was not necessarily what we were, really needed to be focusing on. So we've gone back and revamped as a staff again, and we looked at providing more male role models in the school. And so we have a program that we do called Watchdog for Dads, and that has allowed dads to sign up and come into our district and spend the day with their student, and then in, some other classrooms that maybe need some additional male support. The other thing that we are working on, our other goal, is defining what family engagement means. So as a staff, the general ed staff are meeting on a regular basis, discussing their ideas at the grade level, and then we will finalize our, definition as we get closer to a decision on what we actually think it means to submit. Another idea that we have postponed and we're going to put on the back burner until next year is doing some cross-grade curriculum, and that would be creating something called like a family, and that would be putting, either 8 to 10 kids in a group with one adult. Other schools have done up to like 40 or 50 kids with 4 adults. And this is where you have a range of like K through 6th grade kids in one considered family. And so we're excited to learn more about that. My principal's done some observations at 2 different schools to learn about that. So just trying to really build that cohesiveness. The next area that we've really focused on is relevance. And so on both sides, the high school and the elementary school side, we've really been looking at that curriculum and aligning our standards. We each teacher on the elementary side and the high school side are expected to be doing a project-based learning or PBL project this year. The goal is for 1 for the year, and then we'll increase that as we get going. The next thing that we are working on is that with that continued curriculum alignment, we're looking for gaps. And so how can we fix those gaps? And on the elementary side, we are really looking to beef up the math interventions, especially for Tier 2. So we've been busy doing that. With responsiveness, we have an early childhood program. We have VIP program. We have a nutrition and wellness committee. We have a site council. So I feel like we're really trying to address, all the stakeholders in the community with some of those activities going on. And then, as far as rigor, the career and technical ed side on the high school side and on the middle school side, we do something called IPS, Individual Plan of Study, for the students. So we have a workshop teacher that every student is assigned to. We start this at the middle school level. That information sticks with the student as they continue on through junior high and high school. And then that information is reviewed with parents and the students at conferences. And then, we can look at that information from year to year. As far as results, that's something our elementary side, and high school especially, are focusing on finding where those gaps are. How can we, meet those, the state assessment measurements. On the elementary side, we use state assessments, we use MAPS, we use Aimsweb, and the STAR testing. On the high school side, we do MAPS testing, the state assessments, and we do Aimsweb testing to try to, increase that growth and have the results that we are looking for, on those assessments, and take that information and utilize it to find the gaps and how can we best serve students. So I feel like, our district has plenty of things that we can work on, but I do feel like we've identified a lot of areas that we can work on and that we are currently making improvements. And one other thing I forgot to add back in relevance, on the junior high and high school side, on the junior high side, our junior high students are participating in something with the teachers called I apologize for that closing. The teachers is a program called EMINS. And so each student has, through a grant, been allowed to have access to a Chromebook. And so every student in 7th and 8th grade has that. They are learning to do some 3D printing with that and some other activities. I haven't been quite involved to know the full details, but it has been a learning moment for all of the students, but it has been really nice to have additional access to that technology. So I feel like as a school, we have discussed KESA a lot. We have discussed the 5 R's. We have watched Dr. Watson many times as a staff to see what's going on in the state. So again, we have lots to improve, but I feel like we're heading in the right direction on what we're trying to build upon, and we're trying to do it the right way instead of cramming so many things in. We want to do it right and then build from there. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it.